Okay, so I have like 3 or 4 questions. We'll see. My first is, do you or don't you want to know if the novel, the book that you're reading, was written by AI or even AGI? Do you or don't you want to know if the book you're reading is written by AI? Okay, now, do you or don't you want to know if the film, the entertainment media that you are watching is produced by AI? Yes? No? Does that matter to you? Do you care? Please share below if you feel so inclined or inspired. Okay, let's go more in the future, like down the line. I don't know how far down the line. Might be sooner than we think. Do you or don't you want to know if the being that you're interacting with has a divine soul? Do you or don't you want to know if the being that seems like a human, looks like a human, smells like a human, even kind of acts like a human, maybe, do you want to know if that being is actually human? And by human, I mean also divine. Because the true humanity is the humanity which the divine soul, the divine spark of light, is birthed through a divine being woman that has within her physical body, as the portal from the spiritual divine realm to the earthly plane, the ability to bring divine souls into reality. Okay? Now imagine a future where people are playing with genetics so, they're taking it. They're being extravagant with genetics. They're taking it to the limits, and they're exceeding what is actually just within what is sacred and holy. This is kind of, if you believe in the mythos or the reality of what is known as the gray alien species. Okay, this is a species of beings that was quite talented in genetic science, but took that too far, and then ended up being just these clone bodies that they then have to take consciousnesses and download them into bodies. Okay, so they lost their humanity in entirety. And a lot of people believe that they seek to work with humans because they're trying to I heard orient, but that doesn't make much sense to me. So reorient themselves back to a more divine biological form, perhaps. So, okay, that's just believe it or don't believe it. I don't care. That's up to you. But we can actually see on our own planet how news is coming out of China that they're creating these wombs, right? This is the further desecration of what woman is. And when you think about what the toxic patriarchal structures of our world are, we could say that most of the time men are in positions of toxic patriarchy. But there are also many women who play within the realm and frequency and vibration of what is toxic patriarchy. Toxic patriarchy at its core is against life, right? Divine masculine energy wants to protect and support life. That is innate within any man that is sane and grounded and not trapped in mind control delusional programs. We see this on different levels of severity, okay? So I will rephrase the question or reiterate the question, do you or don't you want to be living on an earthly reality where human beings have divine souls? Or do you want to be with beings, or even, you know, have you heard of designer babies? Well, designer babies, you might not even actually need an egg from a woman anymore to create beings. Now, what these beings will be, well, of course, if they don't come from the place where souls are created and born, and they don't come through divine pure portals, these beings are not going to have the capacities that a being or a soul that has done that will have. So if you could see reality through, you know, an energetic vibrational lens, and you were able to view more of what actually is good, beautiful, and true, you would see that a human being has a living bioelectric magnetic light field that is organic and that contains multidimensional layers. Okay, some people call this an aura. Other people call this a light body. There are other words for it as well in different traditions. So, you know, to have the full thing is to be both human and divine. And to be, you know, limited and to not have that divine source connection is to make yourself non-human in a way that is and could be quite disturbing. So you've got to start asking yourself, you know, why do we need all these data centers? And do the building of these data centers justify the means for what they're planning for? And of course, the argument that you always hear is, well, if we don't do it, then China will. Well, I want to now kind of pivot and talk about something. Did you hear that fish jump? That fish jump was like, yeah. There's a little water feature down there. Okay, so these are the cardinal virtues. The cardinal virtues are quite important in Plato's theory of ethics, because if you are missing any of the cardinal virtues, then you essentially lose your capacity to, the word I'm hearing is obtain any other level or layer of virtue. Now, in the world of initiation, spiritual initiation, virtues are kind of like, what I'm seeing is they're like doors, okay? Once you have certain virtues, they're like doors to other experiences of what it is to be alive and to be, you know, unified with the beauty that is life. Okay, so these things, I would say that they're really, 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 really important. And they're important